Hello, my dear students. So, welcome back to that NCRT history series. Inside that, morning we went through few chapters like chapter 1 and chapter 2. Now we are going to move on to chapter 3. And the chapter 3 suggests about the earliest cities, or it talks about in the earliest cities. Okay, so earliest cities means, as far as history is concerned, the city which should come in our mind is Harappa. Okay, now Harappa is in present day Pakistan. Okay, that you have to remember. It is the first city to be discovered. Then it developed about 4,700 years ago, and the city has got two parts. Which are those two parts? One higher part known as citadel and one lower part known as lower town. Okay. Citadel is a part to west side, whereas lower town is a part to the east side. That is about Harappa. So, one of the earliest cities is Harappa. The first city to be discovered is Harappa. Then it is in present day Pakistan. There are two parts of the cities. One higher part towards west known as Citadel, and the other one lower part to the east known as Lower Town. Okay. Next, moving on to the next city, that is Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro has got certain unique features of its own, like first and foremost, it has got a very special tank called the Great Bath. Now, what is the peculiarity of this Great Bath? This particular tank is lined with bricks. Then it is coated with plaster and made watertight with a layer of natural tar. Then the other peculiarity is there are rooms on all sides of this special feature, special tank. And then there were steps leading down to it from two sides. That you have to remember. Then water brought in from a well and it is drained out after use. Then what is the need for this special bath? It was because important people took a dip in this tank on special occasions. For that purpose, this tank was constructed. Hope it's clear for you all. So, what are the features regarding Mohenjo-daro? Mohenjo-daro has got a very special tank called the Great Bath. Then it is lined with bricks. It is coated with plaster and it is made watertight with a layer of natural tar. You can find rooms all over on its sides. Then there were steps leading down to it from two sides. Water is brought from a well and it is drained after use. And for what use it is used, important people took a dip in this tank on special occasions. So these things you need to remember as far as Mohenjo-daro is concerned. Then moving on to the other cities like Kalibangan and Lothal. Both of these cities like Kalibangan and Lothal had fire altars. Fire altars means it's an indication that some sacrifices may have been performed during those days in that particular place. Okay. Then Mohenjo-daro, Harappa and Lothal have elaborate storehouses. That is the other feature. Then that is about other cities. Like other cities means Kalibangan, Lothal had fire altars where sacrifices may have been performed. Then Mohenjo-daro, Harappa and Lothal, certain elaborate storehouses were there. Then moving on about the houses, drains and streets. Houses were either 1 or 2 stories high. Rooms built around a courtyard. Then most houses had a separate bathing area. Some had wells to supply water. Then many of the cities had covered drains, and the drains were in straight lines. Then each drain had a gentle slope so that water could flow through it. Then drains in houses connected to street drains and smaller drains leading to bigger drains. Okay, drains were covered, not like dirty which are kept open. Instead it is covered. Then inspection holes were provided at intervals to clean them. It is not that drains are once constructed and khatam ho gaya, it's finished. It's not like that. Once in a while at regular intervals they have to what? Open it out and clean it. For that purpose inspection holes were there. Then all the three, houses, drains and streets, were probably planned and built at the same time. Not different time. Understood? So, houses, drains and streets, what were the peculiarities? Houses were either 2-storied or 1 high. Then rooms built around the courtyard. Then what else were there? Most houses had a separate bathing area. Some had wells to supply water. Many of these cities had covered drains. Drains were in straight lines. Each drain had a gentle slope so that water could flow through it. The drains in houses connected to street drains and smaller drains led into bigger ones. Drains were covered. Inspection holes were provided at intervals to clean them. All the three, houses, drains and streets, were probably planned and built at the same time. Okay, then in Harappa, certain things you have to remember, like certain terms known as rulers. Rulers were the people who planned the construction of special buildings in the city. Understood? Then one term is coming known as scribes. SCRIBES. What are scribes? Or who are scribes? People who knew how to write, who helped to prepare the seals. SEALs. Seals, you know, na? From Harappa it was discovered. Those things these people used to write, known as scribes. Then many terracotta toys were found in Harappa. Harappan seal is not yet deciphered or read till now. That is the peculiarity of that. Then stone weights made up of a particular stone known as chert, CHERT was there. Then copper, bronze to make tools, weapons, ornaments and vessels. Then gold and silver to make ornaments and vessels. Harappans made stone seals. They are generally rectangular in shape. They have animal carved on the shape, on that particular seal. Then they also made pots with beautiful black designs. Cotton was grown at Mehergarh from about 7,000 years ago. Okay, that was the peculiarity. So those things which I found important, I just jotted it down. I am just delivering it to you. Understood? So in Harappa, certain peculiar terms and persons were there. Like rulers were the one who constructed or planned the special buildings in the city. Scribes who used to write about seals, to prepare seals, write and all. Then the other feature was many terracotta toys were found here. Harappan seals were not yet deciphered or read. Then stone weights were used, made up of a particular stone known as chert. Then copper, bronze to make stones, tools, weapons, ornaments and vessels. Gold and silver to make ornaments and vessels. Harappans made stone seals, generally rectangular in shape, and in that seal they had the carvings of animals on top of it. At the same time, they also made pots with beautiful black designs. The cotton was grown at Mehergarh about 7,000 years ago. Okay, those were the things. Then, moving on again to Mohenjo-daro, some other facts. In Mohenjo-daro, it was mentioned that actual pieces of cloth found attached to the lid of a silver vase was found. Silver vase, VAC. Then copper objects at Mohenjo-daro, spindle wheels made of terracotta and faience. FAIENCE, faience. What are faience? Faience are artificially produced material. What are they used for? To make beads, bangles, earrings and tiny vessels. Colors of glaze were used. Which were those colors? Usually blue or sea green. Okay, so in Mohenjo-daro, some facts I told just now, which were they? They used actual pieces of cloth. They found actual pieces of cloth attached to the lid of a silver vase. Copper objects were found at Mohenjo-daro. Spindle wheels made of terracotta and faience. Faience are artificially produced material to make beads, bangles, earrings and tiny vessels. Colors of glaze, usually blue or sea green, were used. Okay. Then moving on to Harappans. Copper from present day Rajasthan. Then copper from Oman in West Asia was found. Then tin, copper and bronze. Tin is a mixture of copper and bronze, all might be knowing. Tin was obtained from Afghanistan and Iran. Gold was from present day Karnataka. Precious stones from present day Gujarat, Iran and Afghanistan. So these things you have to remember. Like copper was obtained from present day Rajasthan and from Oman in West Asia. Tin and copper. Tin means it's a mixture of copper and bronze from Afghanistan and Iran. Gold from present day Karnataka. Then precious stones from present day Gujarat, Iran and Afghanistan. Okay. Then toy models of plough were found. Plough for ploughing and all in fields we use now. So toy models of plough were found. Then some form of irrigation may be used because there the rainfall was not that much in sufficient amount. So some forms of irrigation might have been used during that time. Okay. Then Harappans. Harappans collected fruits like BER. They caught fish and hunted wild animals like the antelope. That you have to remember. So Harappans collected fruits like bear, caught fish and hunted wild animals like the antelope. Okay. Then some of the Harappan towns. First one in Gujarat, Dholavira. Dholavira is a Harappan town in Gujarat where it is found on Kadir Bet in Rann of Kutch. Kadir, K-H-A-D-I-R, Bet. D-E-Y-T in Rann of Kutch. But Dholavira has got 3 parts. In fact, Harappa we studied 2 parts. Here 3 parts are there. And they had entrances through gateways. Then comes the next Harappan town, that is city of Lothal. Lothal beside a tributary of Sabarmati, that you have to remember. In Gujarat, close to the Gulf of Kambat. It is close to the Gulf of Kambat. But Lothal is an important center for making objects out of stone, shell and metal. That is there. Then a storehouse is found in the city. In that storehouse, many seals and ceilings are found. What are ceilings? Impressions of seals on clay. That is known as ceilings. A dockyard is found at Lothal. A huge tank is there at Lothal. Building found there. That is like workshop for making beads, pieces of stone, tools for bead making, etc. Okay. So Harappan towns, once again I will tell, in Gujarat, Dholavira was the first city. What was the peculiarity? It is found on Kadir Bet in Ran of Kutch. It has 3 parts. Entrance through gateways was the feature. The city of Lothal, it is beside a tributary of Sabarmati in Gujarat, close to the Gulf of Kambat. Then it's an important center for making objects out of stone, shell and metal. Okay. Then a storehouse was found in the city. In storehouse, many seals and ceilings were found. Ceilings means impressions of seals on clay. Then a dockyard at Lothal, that is a huge tank was found. A building found there, like workshop for making beads, pieces of stone, tools for bead making, etc. Okay. Then in Egypt, some peculiarities. There huge tombs are there, or tombs are there known as pyramids. Then carefully preserved bodies are there known as mummies. So these 2 things you have to remember. Then some dates are there important, like cotton cultivation at Mehergarh occurred about 7,000 years ago. Cotton cultivation occurs about 7,000 years ago. Beginning of cities about 4,700 years ago. Beginning of the end of these cities about 3,900 years ago. And the emergence of other cities about 2,500 years ago. Okay. Cotton cultivation, I repeat, cotton cultivation at Mehergarh about 7,000 years ago. Beginning of cities about 4,700 years ago. Beginning of the end of these cities about 3,900 years ago, and the emergence of other cities about 2,500 years ago. So my dear students, I hope these concepts are crystal clear for you. Anywhere if you have got any doubt, just keep on watching these videos. Post the video then and there where you have got doubt, and keep on watching this video. And I guess I am taking this initiative because some people are lazy to read which one, NCERT textbook. And that too, our examinations are at the peak, isn't it? It's at the peak, like it's about to happen by June 27th, this year's prelims. So, if someone is there to tell this like a story or to deliver whichever things I am preparing or I am learning and jotting it down, if I am delivering, and if it has got some benefit to some mass, some common mass, like some people who can't afford coaching or something like that, that is that's a great thing that we can do for such people who are really enthusiastic enough in this civil service preparations and all, and those who want to become a real civil service aspirant, let it be IAS or IPS. So this thing, if I can do, means that's a great thing. Likewise, you can keep on sharing, you can be a part of this great thing, like you can keep on sharing the links to the mass out there, like those who can't afford any coaching fee, coaching classes, etc. So at this time, this is the right time that you can utilize these videos so that you can ensure you are in the list of prelims 2021. Thanks for watching this video. Be systematic. Consistency is the key to success. So no matter who tells, no matter what your mood goes on, like some days it will fluctuate, some days you will be systematic, just keep on watching this video and utilize the key concepts presented out here. Once again, I thank you all for watching my video. Keep on watching. Stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.